Hello. Now, can you hear me? Can you see me? Am I lagging all over the place? I have changed a few things. I have changed my frame rate. I have changed my screen resolution as well. And the latency of the stream. So it hopefully should be a bit more. But I've also made my face smaller. I can make that even smaller if you want. Could be fun. Where's my mouse gone? So yeah, I can make myself big or small. I'll leave it quite small. High quality thingy. Oh, we haven't missed anything. It's all right. I'll just pretend that never happened. Hi, everyone. Hope you're well. Technology. Hello, Ellis, for being a 3-month member of the Learning Crypto absolutely pointless membership. But hey ho, I will do something with that at some point. But yeah, it looks like it works better now. Even though it says excellent on the screen, I think it went a bit mental. I think the resolution of the screen went a bit crazy. So yeah, it probably, if you're on ultra high speed internet, you probably would have been fine. If you're on the go or just like normal internet, you probably wouldn't have got it. I don't know why it went like that. A bit odd. Must have been a setup change that I tweaked at some point. But hey ho, we're good. Anyways, not that far away. So as I was talking before I had to run away, this new data metric is different. So it's going from 24 months to 12 months. So a little bit different, right? So it may be boring today, but it may well be reactive as well, because I think January, not much happened. It was a pretty boring live, wasn't it? But this one should be a bit better. But yeah, anyways, 110 people here, 126 actually. Press a like button. Come on, get me up the algorithm. I'm sick of my channel just dying. I have spent a lot of money on lighting, by the way, so next week my YouTube video should have much better lighting. I'm well excited. Should have a different colour wall behind me when I'm doing my, like, where the photos are and stuff. It should look absolutely banging, because I am trying to make the videos a bit better. And also, I'm repping the merch, Learning Crypto merch. Free course on there if you want it. Anyways, moving on. How long we got? 2 minutes. Ooh. What do people think? I mentioned before in the previous one, don't know if it was going to work, but I personally think we're going to be roughly where we were. I think 6.5, 6.4% is potential. Depends how it comes in, really, obviously. I mentioned it before with the change. This is the change month on month. We're going from 0.1 previous, and the consensus is 0.5. That will indicate a change, and obviously the main thing would be with, yeah, we'll see how things do go. Could be crazy, but yeah. We'll see how it is, but I'm kind of thinking not too much of it. If it's below 6%, the market's going to go mental. If it's 6.5 and above, I think the market's going to dump. Because the Fed will go higher rate for longer. That old narrative, that old chestnut. And also, hi, I've made this different. So we've got 4 now. We've only got 4 instead of 6, so it looks a bit better. Feelings on the Binance FUD. I don't think it's FUD though. I think it is a genuine concern. I understand why they're doing it with the SEC. It's just the manner in which they do it is the pain. But yeah, BUSD is issued by an American company, Pacos. That's where the problem lies. So does Binance need a stable currency? Probably not. That's the thing. So just be careful with the Binance stable currency at the minute. If you're in America, don't get locked up. Well, not in that sense, but don't get locked out of your account because you can't use a token. Obviously, you'll be able to swap it at some point, but do not be on a hardware load. What the fuck? Bitcoin, where are you going? What's happened? Come on, tell me. Numbers must be out now if that's just happened. Jesus. I'm like literally enjoying my brew and look what I've... Fucking hell. Are we going down? Why are we going down? Volatility. Mental. What is the real thing? Have I got my title right on my thing? More to the point. Ooh, I haven't changed it yet, though. US dollar has gone a bit crazy. Bitcoin's just scooping something. Is it 6.4, is it? I had a feeling it wouldn't be that much of a difference this time. Hasn't changed on here yet. Month on month. 0.5. Wonder what the core is. Anyone know what the core is? Come on, you're my eyes and ears. Once this refreshes, I'll change the titles. And then we'll see what's going to happen in the market, but that is not looking nice. I say that, look at that, the weekly time, 3-day time frame, sorry, not really moving much. I think we are going to go down to here and like probably sit and flat around for a while. Be pretty boring. But no, the market's not too bad at the minute, but often it's like it's like an hour after or 2 hours later, it's just random. It just goes and does its thing because the US market isn't open yet. Dollar's gone mental. Let's have a little look at else things. Where is it? So S&P, this will be laggy, so ignore that one for now. But yeah, the dollar went for a little bit of a run there. Let's look on the 15-minute time frame. Bonds, yeah, US bonds, 10 years, flew to the moon now for a little bit. Ooh, it's looking interesting. What was the call last time? 5.7. So if that's 5.6, it is slowly coming down, but that data metric must have skewed a lot of things, I think, because it's a mental thing. Hasn't really moved much, and I think the markets won't like that because I think people are like, oh, it's coming down, awesome. Is it out the woods yet? Probably not. Interesting point. But oh, the dollar just went right the way back down again. Ooh. Still progress though, at the end of the day. Well, I mean, if you were trading that long and you went, oh, let's go, you've been liquidated if you're on like a really high leverage and then that's it, gone. It's crazy. It's proper volatility. Always good fun. Are we going to change now on here? I better change my YouTube title if I can get back to where I was. Hold on, I've lost my screen. Oh dear. Oh dear, I'm making a right mess. I'm not very good at this two-screen malarkey. So, what is the actual? Is it 6.4? Oh dear. It's really quite... That's not a bad number. But the main thing is, right now, we've got to think, right, what are the Fed going to say? What are the Fed going to be happy with this? Are they going to be like, higher rates for longer, hawkish behavior, or not? The dollar doesn't like it, quite currently. I mean, it did at the first, but now it's going lower again. BTC, currently random as hell. The S&P, obviously, far too early to say. Let's have a look at Bloomberg. Bear with me. Where's the market gone? So currently, the S&P is currently up. Unless I don't know if that's futures or not. Unless I'm being a bit silly. Yeah, it's not doing too bad at the minute. It's far too early to say though. Oh, why did we dump so much at the start? It's like, why? I mean, that is madness. I mean, look at that. Crazy numbers. How to get wrecked by trading. Doing it on a CPI day. It's usually afterwards. It's usually this sort of time from now to like, well, 2:30 UK time, US opening time. It gets a bit crazy. I mean, look at that. Look at that US bonds. That's madness. What a jump. Still sitting roughly where it has been for the past few weeks. So if you look at this. Just been like plonking around there for a while. But that is the day. This is the 8-hour time frame on a lot of things. Structurally, look at that. Proper double top. Boom, off we go. Goodbye. The S&P 500 has got a load of areas where it could break out potentially. Bitcoin just been floating around, just starting a bit of a downtrend essentially if you're looking from this point here. Potentially. Oh God. Oh dear. Look at that wick. Whoa, it's mental. Market makers trapping liquidity. Yeah. This is always the fun part. This is the game that we're playing. The game is who can outwit the next. And the numbers say one thing, traders will say the other. And we've often seen that all the way through the year. It's like, oh, well, the news is good. Oh, jump. News is bad. Pump. Bit random. Does my tits in, really. Got to link this to employment numbers, probably. Employment went up. Yeah, that's a good point. But that's what they wanted, though, didn't they? They wanted that sort of situation to show recovery. It's all a narrative to the Fed, isn't it? It's interesting. The thing is that's scaring me is the fact that there's a lot of tech stock layoffs, and it's not fully, it's not, it is reported, but it's nothing major versus like that data. That data was like a few weeks ago, that data was mental when you look at it. But now the market's so far positive. So far. This could change though, it always does. The US market may change. Gold is going up. Let's have a look at gold actually. So this is a rhetorical question that whatever level this bounces on, what does Bitcoin do? So keep in mind with gold, because gold has been really strong, so has Bitcoin. Maybe we've tied to it. So let's look at everything else before we look at other stuff. So the core, yeah, not too bad. Slowing down though. Will people get greedy with inflation though? Like, oh, I want it quicker. I mean, this is the one. This is the one where people might be a bit worried because of the new data outlook. Could have taken over 12 months, you see. And as we go into the year, it's going to have a heavier weight of that 12 months because obviously we hit the rocket moon, didn't we? We went up loads. But that was, consensus was... The thing is though, right? Even on the core, yeah, we kind of hit it, but we missed really. Even though it came down, we did miss because we were expecting 6.2. It was actually 6.4. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see how the market has so far been relatively positive. But that is, look at this. I mean, that's just mental. Dollar's now going up. Always good fun. If you're not yet done so, please do hit the like button. My YouTube content is going to get better and better because I said at the start of the stream I bought a load of lights. I've spent a load of money on lights for this production thing. It's going to be great. Can't wait. Well excited. Not for like green screen stuff, obviously, for other angles. But yeah, it should be good. But yeah, let's go over 100 likes. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's have a little look. 1 hour S&P. That's looking like it wants to just keep going, doesn't it? Just let's keep going. But it's just got a break. Well, 1470 is the one you need to break first. And then obviously if it gets above that, you're looking at... This is a massive level. If you're looking on the higher time frames on the S&P 500, like this is a monster level. This whole region, this little box here, 4,200 is a monster level that needs to break. But is it a deviation? Is this a deviation and we're going to just continue going down? I don't know. It'd be an interesting point. Even like gold on. I mean, Bitcoin just looks a bit slowed down massively. Massively. Let's go to the Martini time frames. Oh, there goes the S&P. There goes the dollar back up again. And Bitcoin's late to the party. Then you get diminishing returns on deflating inflation as potentially, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how the world's going to shape up in the next few years. Because if we're going to get deflation, you're going to have... Right, in the UK, we've got all these strikes for wage demands and wages going up. Inflation's starting to slowly creep down. We're going to have a point where we're going to have absolutely no wage increases for a very long time because they've had loads in such a quick space. And, if inflation does come back down to natural levels, it's going to really be odd for people. But you still got high interest rates, so how's that going to work? Don't know. It could be interesting. Oh. Someone just rug pulled the S&P 500 again. And Bitcoin at the same time. Dollar's going back up. This is where it's getting volatile now. It's a lot more exciting than last time watching this, being able to see this in real time. For obvious reasons, you just sit back and watch and just relax, really. Yeah, the S&P... Yeah, Owanda's got a bit of a better thing, but I like to look at this one, even though it is a bit delayed. It's always interesting to look at this one. I'm not paying for the extra, what do you call it? The thingy. You pay like £3 extra a month to get all the data feeds, but it's not really worth it. I don't use them that often. Let's go bullish. I think that was a preempted comment. Should I hold my ZIL? Up to you. Personally, I don't like it anymore. They've sacked their team 3 times now, and I'm kind of like done with it. I don't get that, right? when we talk about projects, how can you get rid of a team and it continue? It's mad. Mental. But hey ho, that's my opinion on it. Was a very good project until they sacked everyone and started to chase the narratives of metaverse and NFTs and whatever else they were doing. Many moons ago. Let's have a look. Can I get the S&P 500 on a better place? Probably not. Not in quick time. What is... Oh, that's a good point. Just thought of something. What's the VIX doing? Starting to tail down a little bit. That is... Well, it's not open yet. It's pre-market. It's delayed. Be interesting to see what the VIX does. Volatility and all that kind of good stuff. I mean, look at that on the S&P 500. Like, that wick is nasty. What other questions have we got? I think it's a good time to load up. Personally, I think, you know, if you look at any altcoin, any cryptocurrency, whatever you want to buy, if you zoom out, like, apart from maybe a few, most of them are in good levels. In a galaxy far, far away. What time is it out? It's already out. It's done. Over. Jerome Powell said send it, and the S&P is now sending it. That was a huge liquidity grab. Monster. Where is this market going? Wow. It's certainly more interesting than last time. Last time was pretty boring and dull. This time it's really is taking the piss a little bit now. Look at that. Just go for it. Mental. Off we go. Dollar is reacting as well, obviously coming down. BTC do nothing though. Kind of worrying. Why is Bitcoin lagging? Time to buy. Stick on a legend, don't touch. It's not a bad shout, actually. I think the time now is staking time. Buy low, get the units, stake, sit on them, on chain, happy days. Get some free units. Adds up, you know. Especially the auto compound, it's pretty awesome. I love it when they auto compound. Like, you can get, like, if we're in a consolidation period for a year or so, or whatever time period, before it really goes mental, you can get like 10-20% of your bag is like free. It's great. Why not? You're paid to hold it. Crazy. Only do it on chain though. Don't do it on a shitty platform. Is BUSD safe anymore? I don't know, personally. Rather not say. Don't know. Cryptocurrency, the great motto is it's good until it's not. Nothing's safe in crypto, realistically, let's be fair. Anything could go wrong. I think the safest stable currency is probably the DAI token. But it's decentralized, it's very, very different. Would you stake? No. Don't stake on any platform. No platform. It's a banned. Ban it. Stop it. Don't do it. Get a ledger or get a private wallet. If you're on Polkadot, use the likes of Nova Wallet. It's decentralized. You get your own keys. There's other ones out there as well that you can stake on, which are decentralized. Do it that way. You don't have to invest in one of these bad boys. I mean, all this is just posh encryption. It's just a bit better versus, you know, having to put private keys in websites and stuff. But for me, honestly, just your keys, your tokens, that's it. Easy. Only risk to recession is a labour strong. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I thought the recession was a dead cert, but the labour market's really strong. Very, very strong. Stronger than I thought it would be. But as I said before, the tech world is doing a lot of job layoffs, like a lot of job layoffs. It's like, why? And it's like, well, how are they doing layoffs and then everyone else is like recruiting? It's like, well, so it's a bit odd. I mean, I think it's too early to say as well, but we'll see. We'll see. Nia versus ADA. Well, Nia, obviously. mean, I love Cardano as well, but NIA's like, what, a third of the market cap of it, give or take? So yeah, that's where the gains are. Staking's better on NIA as well. The staking on Cardano is shit. It really is crap, let's be fair. It works though. Could be using macro as an excuse for layoffs. Yeah, I understand why they're doing it, because they're basically, what they're doing is they're trying to adapt and overcome potential and or obviously offset it as well. A lot of companies as well, you got to remember, have saved a lot of money by going remote, and the productivity of companies has also shifted and became better. Also, some companies have also invested in stuff that they don't need to, and then they've kind of went back on it, like Microsoft with the metaverse sort of stuff. They've canned that already. So there's stuff like that that's happened. But there's some companies that were in trouble and needed to do layoffs, to be fair, because I think they went a bit too deep, which is a good time to do it. Good time to do it. Yeah, I think that you're right. I think they hired too many in 2020. I think because of the world and how it was at the time, everything changed. Like the same with me. Like my learning crypto company, it blew up overnight. I was like, shit, fuck, this is mad. Like everyone was at home bored. What did they do? Started learning about crypto. Great time to learn though. It was mental. It's good fun. Well, I say that. Sleepless nights. What do you think of Curling Network? It's all right, but I don't know much about it. I've not really done much research. I've only got, well, essentially 2 parachain projects under my belt at the minute. Eggs inflation up. Whee! It's expensive in America, isn't it? Eggs, Christ. To be honest with you, in the UK, you cannot, well, you can, but it's a bit harder to get eggs nowadays, I think, especially where I live. Seems to be like random. Right, is anything else going to happen in this market? Because, oh, actually, yeah, it's already happening. Ignore me, it's doing it. Can you recommend where to learn about? Yes, learning crypto. Go here. There's a link below. Why not? There's a load of guides in the premium section. We're going to be building an academy soon. So an academy is going to be free to use. Organic, written content guides, stuff like that. Be all over the place. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it'd be free. There's going to be loads of stuff that we're doing. I'm very, very busy at the minute, which you can probably tell. It's good fun though. Building a little bit of a empire, kind of, ish. Definitely working on it. The S&P is melting again, and the dollar is also melting with it. That's a bit odd. They're doing the opposites. Very strange. But no, Learning Crypto has got new courses out at the minute. They're very, very cheap versus what the old ones were. Very, very different courses. And obviously, yeah, we're going to be building an academy. We've also got a podcast. So there's a lot of things going on. And the YouTube channel as well. I will be doing content on that YouTube channel as educational stuff. So stuff like staking and how to do it, tutorials, that will probably go on there instead of my own channel, obviously. So there'll be stuff like that. So I'll be looking for people to ask, well, not so much recommend, but I'll be doing polls from time to time or whatever's popular. And yeah, I'll be doing them all in there, full walkthrough, talk-through sort of stuff on a lot of things. Makes it simple because I want to have a clear separation between this company, well, my own brand essentially, and obviously that one, which makes sense. What else is happening? The VIX is going lower. Oh no, you don't want the VIX going lower. If you understand what the VIX means, basically if it's low, it's bad. If it's up, it's good. That makes sense, as you can probably see by the timeline. So this is like the market correction. We were going up, the market was recovering a little bit. No, it's not so much. Not looking great. Altcoins are a bit iffy. Some of them are doing well, some of them are not. On my random, this is my random watch list, by the way. I just pick random stuff. Just what of interest at the time. People read too much into these watch lists. Like, oh, are you holding Solana? Oh, you're holding XRP. Oh, you're holding like... No, I'm not, no. It's funny. Makes me laugh. Any thoughts on Crust? Not looked at it. Sounds like bread. Sounds like a bread company. Crust Network. It's like an umbrella company of Warburtons or something. What are your thoughts on Trias? Never looked at it. There's a lot of altcoins I've never looked at, so if you're asking me questions, by the way, very rarely look at them. I don't really look at altcoins very often. Only the ones that I buy, or if I've been requested on Patreon or whatever, I just have a little look at them. But I genuinely cannot recite coins anymore. Years ago I could, but now I'm getting old. I can't do it anymore. I forget what they are. Still piss. Oh no! That's the worst thing about some altcoins. Like, you'll hold it forever, right? You'll hold it and you'll be like, I've got faith in this, and then you'll do a bit of a rebalance. You think, I don't want that anymore. I'll sell it, and then you buy something else, and all of a sudden, like, it just goes. It's like you're weighing it down. It's like, oh. That happened with Matic, with me. Matic. Yes, I had Matic. I was doing YouTube content around it since 2019. And I was getting sick of the whole Indian narrative of Indians banning cryptocurrency, and it was like, and I was just getting sick of it. And then a load of FUD came out, and I just went, you know what, I'll sack it off. Literally, like, 2-3 months later, it went to the moon. Literally, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Same with Luna. Luna did the same thing. Bought Luna at like 30 cents, sold it at 90 cents, thinking, oh, that's all right. I'll come back to that in the next coming months or so, because I was doing a bit of a rebalance, because this was when obviously COVID was happening and it was a bit mental. And then it just carried on going. It went to like $4 really quickly. I was like, I'm not buying at $4. But now it's gone to 0, so I don't care. But yeah, it's fine. What other questions have we got? Do you have a Discord? I do. It's in my Patreon, so you got to pay for it, unfortunately. I don't like doing free stuff anymore. I get too much shit, and I can't be arsed with it. I did have a Telegram, but that was just Scam Central. Oh, the amount of scammers in Telegram is ridiculous. 2.5 years of watching me. Man, appreciate it. What's happened with Liverpool? Injuries? Nah, Darwin's class, mate. What a player. He reminds me of Suarez. Suarez in his first season couldn't hit a cow's ass with a banjo, then all of a sudden it clicked. He's the same. He will be the same. You bought Matic one night. Oh, God. Yeah, you probably did, to be fair. I mean, in my defense, I did buy a lot of good things with my profits I had already in the market. Like, I bought, obviously, Zilliqa and stuff like that. Cardano did well, but I wasn't expecting, boom, bang, you know, Matic to do that. It just rebranded and everything changed. It was just, ooh, hello. Aptos. It looks fantastic, but like any new project, VCs are going to crush it and squash it and make it horrible for a while, so just be careful with it. Just see what it does. Just be careful with it, because we see it with a lot of coins. Look at Parachains and Polkadot, they get squashed. I mean, it's the annoying thing, but it means cheaper prices eventually at some point. But it'll be fine. Are we in a bull market? No. This is not a bull market. Definitely not a bull market. I mean, if you look on... Go to BTC as an example, or the total. Actually, no, go to total market cap, right? And you go to like the monthly time frame. That isn't a bull market. This is a bull market. This is nothing, right? So just, yeah. There's a very, very big difference. We could be going sideways for a very long time. We could be doing 3 or 4 months sideways action in between this range. It could be boring for a while, and then we may well go up with halving hype. Maybe we might not. We might actually go down. Don't know, but no, there's definitely no bull market here yet. When you start getting above certain things, it gets interesting. So, no, it might be the sideways market for a while. It might be pretty boring as well, which I don't really mind. Time to accumulate, time to stake, time to make money for free. It's great. S&P not looking good, bruv. So if we go to the higher time frames, bear with me. What I was looking at, wow. What I was looking at before was a break at this level. It clearly rejected it. At the minute, it's only futures. The market isn't open for another 35 minutes or so. But that is a clear rejection from that level. And now it's like, oh, what we're going to do now, boys and girls? Shit. So yeah, it could be interesting. But we have created a new low as well. So are we going to... Hold on. Bear with me. Let's have a look at this. Are we going to go and create a new low? Possibly. That's a real interesting area. Ooh. Sub 4,000 will be interesting. Don't know if it's going to happen though. We'll see. BTC's doing nothing though. Look at BTC. Trade is really, really excited this week about it. Nothing. The daily time frame on Bitcoin. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh, shit. Absolutely shocking. Safe moon, man. It was your videos that got me into crypto. Now I trade in class. It's a good idea, actually. It's a great skill to have if you can do technical analysis, whether you're an investor or a trader. It's like it's a skill that you can have for life. It's better than like learning how to garden, for example. Like it actually makes you money. It makes sense. But yeah, it's all good. How do you put money on exchanges if UK banks? I mean, they don't really block them. You can do a bank transfer to most exchanges and it's fine. It's just the credit, not the credit card ones. It's the direct debit ones that they don't like, because that's like quick money. But no, I use Swissblog personally. It's easy. Think BTC will ignore the recession? I do as well. I genuinely got a feeling that if there's a recession, we might follow gold and a percentage of wealth might go into cryptocurrency. And that might be big money, but it depends on the regulation, depends on the SEC as well. Bear that in mind. Valentine's Day today, Greg's supper. I won't read the rest of that. What are your coins you're loading up as a stake other than Neo Protocol? I did a video on it, like literally like a week ago. I did a video on what I'm holding, so it's all on there. The sound is shit though. Sorry. Is your new learning crypto courses? Yes, it is majorly different. It's totally different. So the new ones are not within the CPD framework, so I don't have to abide by their laws. I can obviously make it a lot cheaper. And the difference, so the first course is investing, just purely investing. The second course is just all technical analysis, and the third one's psychology. They're all very different, but they're all very cheap because we had to price them at a certain price range for CPD accreditation because that's what they were like. They're like, oh, you must do it this. Like, what? Why? I want to. It was irritating. So I had to pay them for the licensing fee, and then I had to charge more than I wanted to. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So yeah, now they're like, I think one of them's like 40 quid, 60 quid, whatever. Well, not even that. They're low, but yeah, they're definitely worth it. Lifetime access too. Do you think that the Coin Martini guy, yes, it's a complete show coin, that tap on the surface as a company is good. However, it doesn't need a token. So if you look into if you do some due diligence on it, they've just done a takeover and a buyout, and they've got shares. They've got genuine shares all over the place, right? They're on the stock market somewhere underneath whatever ticker. They don't need a crypto token. That token has been specifically pumped by, I'm not going to say it, but essentially him and his crew, which is not good. And I think he's trapped in it because it hasn't moved for a while. Oops. I checked their videos. Go to learningcrypto.co.uk. Link is below. All there. Myself and Gaz do them. So Gaz does a lot of the technical analysis. I do the investing / psychological stuff. Very different. I don't tend to trade much these days. I'm just not really into it this much. CPI 6.4 is bearish. Yeah, I think it is pretty bearish, to be fair. I think the data's came in not as nice as they'd like it to. I think they were expecting that, like, trying to get as close as 6 as possible, and obviously it's ticked down by 1. When you look at like 7.1 down to 6.5, huge. 7.7 down to 7.1, huge. There's always been like a 0.5 or a 0.6 or something. 0.1. What if next one? When's the next one? Well, a month today, pretty much. Oh, it's on a new time zone as well. Oof, got to remember that. God, that's going to skew me up a little bit, isn't it? I'll have to eat beforehand. Oh, God. Oh. What if we're higher? Ooh, maybe. Depends what everything else is doing as well. I used Swissbar, went over the thing. Don't have a job. Good question. I don't know. I can't remember what I use for proof. I think I just use my self-assessment thing, but that's different. Works though. Do you think we need to survive this year? I think this year's going to be boring. I've said it before. I think it's going to be pretty boring this year. I think we're going to be boring until Q3. And then we may well start doing something. But it depends on the SEC. Like, me saying this could be all bollocks because the SEC are trying to do stuff, aren't they? So if the SEC are like, right, let's ban this, let's ban that, no, you can't do that anymore. Huh? You know, it's going to be interesting to see what the narrative is. And it seems like they're not messing around this time. Like, in previous cycles, they were only going for specific altcoins, like ICOs and stuff like that. But they're going after stable currencies and exchanges this time. It's like, what? So it's a very, very different thing. And as much as the SEC is only America, and yes, we are decentralized in a way, it's consumer confidence is a problem, and you want the hype there. If we get to a certain level, so if BTC, in my opinion, breaks above 35k, I think the masses will come back. And it would be like fair play, we'll bull market, off we go, boom. And then it'll get interesting, but we need to get above that level and we need that confidence. And it depends on what gold does, it depends if there's going to be a recession, so many things. They're all variables as well. Depends on inflation, but we need a catalyst. A catalyst has to get us somewhere. And the catalyst could be, what if we follow gold into a recession as a risk element asset, kind of ish? Risk off or risk on, whatever way you want to decipher it as, because people might look at crypto as an alternative. Could be fun. Will the next halving be as impactful? Usually they are, because of scarcity. A lot of people still want Bitcoin. A lot of big people want Bitcoin with wealthy money, and it's scarcity. Well, we've already seen it in the last few weeks. If you've been looking enough, there's been some very, very bullish cases for Bitcoin printed. Like some people, I think, was it Adam Beck? What did he say? He's saying it's like going to be like a $10 trillion asset in the next 5 years or something ridiculous. That might be bollocks, but something along those lines. People are saying that, Bitcoin could be worth this much. And it's like, right, okay. And it's like, it seems like that's what it's going to start to trigger it. And it happened last time. People were like, Bitcoin's the revolutionary thing, the scaling asset that will do this is a security protocol with its, well, bollocks really. Yeah, they're going to say all these buzzy words to get people in. It happens. Happens every time. So yeah, accumulation. I've got Bitcoin. I'm not going as heavy on Bitcoin this time as I was last time. Still roughly around 20% of my entire holding is Bitcoin, but it was 40% last time. So it's going to be halved, which is going to be interesting. So they're all into altcoins now, which is fun. Pretty heavy on Polkadot though, not going to lie. I think everyone knows that. Polkadot. Is Bitcoin and Ethereum the only safe bets? No, there's a lot of safe bets now. I think if you look at the top 50, in my opinion, the top 50, there's a lot of really solid assets out there that I think are totally fine. I think Cardano is absolutely fine as well. I think that's a fantastic asset. I think Near Protocol is really good too. Now that it's got rid of a lot of VCs in that, which is quite nice, which is quite good to see. There's a lot of good things out there. There really is. There's all kinds out there. I mean, so I go for the safe bets, like the safer bets. Like, I don't like to look for low cap coins. If I go for low caps, it's like one or two assets. It's like less than 5% risk of my entire portfolio. So it's just one of those, really. How much percentage one should keep in stable in the... Up to you, really. Depends. I've got no stables at the minute. Don't know if that's a good thing or not. Polkadot and ADA, all I need. Not bad shouts, to be fair. The staking on DOT is great. The staking on NIA is great as well. ADA staking, pretty shit, but it does the job. At least it's instant. It's instantly available, so you don't have to worry about lockups. VeChain still attractive, yeah. I like VeChain as well. VeChain's good. It's one of the more projects that are more suited for retail, actually, VeChain, because it's actually got a working product. Pretty good. Still doing all right. It's not moved recently though. Just how hard is it to make a YouTube channel? It does take a lot of time, yeah. More than you think. Well, for me at the minute it does, because I'm learning a new editing software and I'm like trying to get perfection. I'm trying to become better. I don't want to be like just green screen. Yeah, it's boring, really. I mean, some people's production is terrible, but they've still got views because of the type of content. I want to do the content I want to do, not what works, if that makes sense. So the type of content that I'm going to be doing is going to be much better. Well, it already is. I've already seen a massive improvement in engagement and stuff. But the reality is a YouTube channel happened to me by accident because I was making a company and I thought I'll put some on YouTube, see how they do, and they did well, very, very well in fact, and I started growing pretty quickly in a bear market, which was quite good. But it takes so much time to perfect. It's not fun. It's good. I personally enjoy doing YouTube videos now more that I'm editing them properly. It's more about the look. So as I said before, I've bought new lights. I've bought all kinds. So hopefully next week you'll start seeing my YouTube videos evolve even more. Hopefully. But we'll see. See my ugly face. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know what PYR is. I've got a funny feeling I know where it is, but to be honest, I'm not really looking into many altcoins at the minute. My bags are full. I'm not really into just reviewing coins all the time. You know, at the end of the day, if Bitcoin goes up, your altcoins will go up. You know, if you've timed it right and if you bought the right dip, you've just got to be absolutely, you know, you got to be on it in terms of when you're buying. Like if you're looking at this couldn't be for any altcoin, by the way. Like if you just go to like a weekly time frame on anything, regardless of what it is, could be the shittest asset in the world, it'll still go up. I mean, that's BTC, Litecoin. I mean, there's multiples everywhere. This, by the way, I think it's got massive multiples, just saying. Matic, not so much multiples, but it's all right. Metis, not the greatest chart, but you can see the idea. But yeah, depends on the narrative. But takes time to build wealth in any market, but the best thing you can do, buy as far away from all-time high as possible. It's the only way you can do it. But yeah, try and accumulate the lows. Key levels, weekly time frame, they do help a little bit. I think that is me nearly done for today's live, by the way, because I think the volatility is going to stop before the market really does open. Do you think things will backfire in the SEC's face? Potentially, yeah. It depends who's pushing against them. Because if I don't mind the idea that they are protecting people, but they're doing it the wrong way. Like they weren't really protecting us over FTX, for example. They weren't really protecting us on all the other stuff that went wrong. But a little small exchange in Brazil or whatever with 12k volume, oh, we'll shut that down. Huh? You know, random stuff like that. It's just, oh, we'll go after BUSD, which is absolutely fine. What? So it's the narrative of where they're going is a problem in my eyes. Can you recommend any good staking pools for that? I use p2p.org, the one that I use. Your bags are for long term. Oh, I'll be taking profits. Oh, I always take profits, man. I get death threats for taking profits, man. It's funny. So I literally went from like the depth of 2020 of buying when everything was like me feeling like shit, thinking, oh god, it's going to zero, buying random stuff, and then getting, you know, crap for taking profits. Like, hold on a minute, what are we in this space for? Is it to make money or just to hodl? Yeah, so I always take profits. But yeah, we'll see how things go. There's a long way to go in this market, a long way to go. I think this is just the start of it. But the new dynamic is all about these interest rates and yeah, I mean, today's volatility, you can already see it. There's already been a little bit of a mark left on the dollar. Even the bond rate is just plonking up. The S&P's rejection. But when we look at the lower time frames, it's interesting. BTC is, well, it's a lower time frame, so I wouldn't read too much into it, but it's definitely stopped and turned around a little bit a few times today. Look at them volatility candles, crazy numbers. But yeah, anyways, thank you for joining. If you've not yet done so, subscribe. My content isn't too bad. Not always bearish, is it? But yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like as well. I'll be back on a live stream in a month's time, I think, with the CPI, unless I do a random one if something implodes or something. I will do random live streams now and again. But yeah, thanks for turning up. It's been